Okay. Hello, everybody. Sorry, I'm having technical issues with the thing behind me that I'm trying to record on. I think I need a new stand because it keeps falling down. My phone keeps falling forward. So we're going to do our best. So hi, everyone. Welcome to Story Saturday. This is our last week with the Akashic Records Made Easy. And I'm watching myself fall. Okay, sorry. Trying to figure out what I'm going to do about this because I need it recorded. I guess I can hunker down. Anywho, not your guys' problem. So hi, welcome in. Hi, Catherine. So good to see you. How is everybody doing today? I've had a crazy day. I had to move my office. And then we're in September, so we're almost at the end of crab season. So I had crabs today and I'm stuffed. I look bright and cheery. It's because I had crabs today. I'm from Maryland. It's crabs are in our blood. They're in our blood. All right, I apologize for that close-up, guys. You know what? It is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it right now. Absolutely nothing that I can do about this right now. So it is what it is. If it wants to be recorded, everybody's going to see that my laptop is sitting on an upside down Avion box, but you can still see me. So we're going to work with it and roll with it. All right. Hi, Luz. So good to see you. Catherine laughing at me. I mean, technology, it's great when it works. And when it doesn't, then nothing I can really do about it in the moment live. So we're going to roll with it. Hi, Gwen. So good to see you. All right. I'm not going to waste that much time today getting started because this is a really big chapter. So if you need to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. If you want to get some water, some tea, a journal, something to write with, whatever it is, go ahead and get that ready because there are several exercises in this chapter. Some of them we're not going to be doing because it's things for you guys to do, like 2 of them. I'm just going to be explaining them to you. So if you want something to take notes, if you connect with it, to be able to write it down. And then I think there's 2 or 3 that we are going to be doing. So really heavy practice space for this last chapter, which is fine. But I was like, couldn't you have broken that up a little and kind of do? But then again, most of the time people are just reading this on their own, not doing it in like this type of setting. So it doesn't matter. You can take all the time you need with it, but here we are. So, all right, everyone. So we are going to go ahead and get started so that we're not here for over 2 hours. So final chapter in Akashic Records Made Easy by Sandra Anne Taylor. And this is chapter 11, Akashic Purpose, Power, and Inspiration. So, A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens hasn't been out of print since its first publication in 1843. It has been translated into dozens of languages and converted into countless plays, TV shows, and theatrical productions. This is the story of a miserly old man who changes his life and the lives of many others through a personal epiphany. But did you know that this tender-hearted and moving story is about the Akashic Records? Think about it for a moment. This elderly gentleman, through the help of a spirit, is able to go back and witness his choices and circumstances of the past. He is also able to investigate the present and witness the options and adjacent possibilities that his present moments hold. Finally, he is taken into the records of his potential future, a future that seems inevitable based on his present behavior, attitude, and choices. A future where both he and the sweet child, Tiny Tim, pass away by Christmas of the following year. He realizes through these various travels through time and experiences in the records that he no longer wants to pursue the same path that he is on. In fact, when looking upon his own headstone, Scrooge is driven to pleading with the ghost of Christmas yet to come. He says, men's courses will foreshadow certain ends, to which, if persevered in, they must lead. But if the courses be departed from, the ends will change. Good spirit, assure me that I yet may change these shadows you have shown me by an altered life. The ghost doesn't respond to him, but Scrooge learns his answer upon waking up on Christmas morning. When he realizes he is still alive, his spirit is renewed and filled with deep appreciation and excitement for life. Scrooge then goes on to write wonderful new records in his present life, records filled with compassion, generosity, and a higher purpose of helping his fellow man than he ever had before. Clearly, he viewed and changed his own future records. And through Scrooge's loving intervention, Tiny Tim did not die. Scrooge himself lived on and became known for his exuberance. It was said of him that he knew how to keep Christmas well and that he kept it in his heart throughout the year, a function of writing joyous present records. Though Dickens never identified it, Scrooge was a man who used the incredible power of the Akashic Records, the information brought by spirit and held in the ethers, to his benefit and to the benefit of many others. Marley's ghost had interceded for Scrooge and predicted his reclamation, revealing another important function of the Akashic Records, foretelling the possible future and viewing present options in order to create a change there. At first, A Christmas Carol is just a sweet cautionary tale, reminding us not to live in misery and constant striving. Above that, of course, is the moral reminder that we should prioritize our social responsibility and our understanding that we are all indeed connected. But on a higher level, it tells us that we are all capable of looking into the past and the future. And if we are open to the information there in the Akashic Records, we can shift the quality of our life at its core. Hello, Jennifer, Angela, Evie. So good to see you. Inspiration from the Akashic Records. A Christmas Carol is not only a story about the Akashic Records, it is also an example of how the Akashic Records can reach into the mind of man and inspire it greatly. In fact, it is my belief that this story, so beautifully penned, was actually inspired and given to Dickens by the records themselves. In a letter to a friend, Dickens described how he received the opening scene of the book in a dream, which is not an uncommon way to receive Akashic record information. Dickens was also in the habit of walking through the streets of London late at night, thinking about the work he was currently writing. These were walking meditations of sorts, where his mind would wander and be filled with ideas of where to take his story next. He told one friend that his walks during the writing of A Christmas Carol, which were sometimes more than 10 miles a night, were filled with images and ideas. After some sleep, he would write those ideas down, and then later that evening go out and receive more inspiration to be woven into the plot, the characters, and dialogue. He didn't realize it, of course, but he was connecting with the inspiration of the Akashic Records, giving to the world a truly enduring and important piece of work, entertaining, compelling, and inspiring people for over 170 years. My belief that Dickens was connected to the Akashic Records in the production of this story is by no means meant, excuse me, to disparage his ability as a writer. In fact, it's just the opposite. As we saw in chapter 9, it's the people that have the greatest ability that are often inspired the most. Their energy, intention, and action resonate so strongly with the Akashic realm that an open, flowing pipeline is created and the universe is blessed by the results. Whatever you would like to be inspired about, the Akashic field is always open to you. Albert Einstein received his inspiration for the theory of relativity while riding on a bus. In fact, many people tap into creative information they need, either while dreaming or daydreaming. Meditation and relaxation can be a source of solution as well. All you have to do is create a focused intention, or even just be willing to receive inspiration and discovery of any kind. Weave that intention into your daily life, then relax and let go. You can also ask for assistance from spirits and guides we talked about earlier. The universe wants to promote expression, creativity, evolution, and enlightenment. Your determination to grow and bring some sort of betterment to the world aligns with the universal intention and will touch your heart and your mind. All right, so we're coming up on an exercise, but I want to talk just a minute about that because I think sometimes if you haven't been here the whole time and you've just kind of popped in, you might have missed the previous chapter where they're talking about that inspiration, it can come anytime, right? Excuse me. For me, it's late at night a lot, which I feel like for a lot of like very artistic and creative people, we have like these times. And a lot of times mine is at night, and I think it's because the world is quiet. And I'm able to have more time to just sit and be, and there aren't distractions that I'm having to try to like navigate through. But another thing is music for me. I get a lot of inspiration for music, through song lyrics, through beats, through songs, and things like that. And that's actually how I got my idea for the next series that I'm doing on here that starts next week, the Soul Song series. Because, like, I'll be just, hit shuffle, spirit shuffle is what I call it, right? What do I need to hear sometimes? Or it isn't even really that I'm looking for something. Sometimes I'm just listening to music because I love music and I just like listening to music. And a song will stick out and it'll just stick out. I'm like, all right, that was something. Okay, hold on. And then I just kind of sit with it. And I'm not trying to think up here. I'm not trying to analyze it. I'm not trying to understand it. I'm just sitting with it. And what do I feel? And that's kind of how I birthed it. And I was like, music is so important, but not just to me. It's important to so many other people. And I was like, you need to do something with that. And like, you need to take these songs and you need to like play them and make people like listen to them, but then talk about the lyrics and how they felt. Then you talk about the deeper meaning. Then we do a guided meditation. Then they listen to it again. And I was sitting with my guides and they were like, there is nothing else like that on Insight Timer. Absolutely nothing. Sure, there's tons of musical artists on here playing their original songs, and that is wonderful and amazing. I do not have that gift. So, but we still can use music in other ways. So this inspiration that, that she's talking about with the Akashic, it comes in so many forms in so many ways if we're open to it and if we're paying attention, right? And if we get out of here and stop trying to think and analyze it and just feel what wants to come. And ask our guides, what needs to come? What are you showing me? So that's what we're talking about in this first exercise is invoking record assistance. So this is not one that we're going to work through because it's something for you all to do. So I'm going to read it and the description of it, and then there's three sentences for you to do. So whatever guidance or inspiration you seek, whether it's about work, project, scientific endeavor, a piece of creative expression, or a resolution to some personal, professional problem, whatever it is, you can use the following little invocations to help you open those record doors for you. So you can say any of these, or you can create your own. It doesn't have to be this exactly. We can always, everything that you're hearing on here, and pretty much anywhere, right, is you can take it and you can make it work for you. It doesn't have to be exactly this. So before you fall asleep, before you meditate, some one of those times, say one of these or your own, and let yourself just be open to receiving. Don't I feel like in the beginning, I was like searching, right? In the beginning, I'm like, give me an answer. I need an answer. And I'm so focused on wanting to receive something that I almost was like blocking it because I wasn't just sitting in it. and just being open to receive, even if that meant receiving nothing that time, and being okay with that. So I think the important thing is your intention and being open to it. So the first one is, I will try to read slow and I'll try to read it. I will read it twice for those taking notes. So I invite the presence of the loving record spirits, and I am grateful for all of the helpful, healing information I receive. So one more time, I invite the presence of the loving record spirits, and I am grateful for all of the helpful, healing information I receive. Absolutely, Gwen. Gwen says insistence is resistance. Very much so. Yes, very much so. All right, this one is a little longer. So you don't have to do any of these. These are just 3 different examples of what you can use. I am connecting with the energy and the guidance of the great Akashic field. The records are open to me now, and I am open to receiving all the information I seek. My heart and mind, or excuse me, I am connecting with the energy and guidance of the great Akashic field. The records are open to me now, and I am open to receiving all the information I seek. And the final one is, my heart and mind are always open to the wisdom and direction of the Akashic realm. I receive inspiration in wonderful and unexpected ways. My heart and mind are always open to the wisdom and direction of the Akashic realm. I receive inspiration in wonderful and unexpected ways. So this simple request or intention of connection opens you up to receiving important information from the Akashic Records. She's saying, I myself experienced this with rather significant results, and the following case study illustrates. I had been working with a client who was having serious difficulty being confident at work. Peggy had self-esteem issues her whole life, and we worked on making her more comfortable in social situations, with her family and even in romantic relationships. It took some time, but she slowly became more and more comfortable in her own skin. The one place where she still had quite a bit of anxiety, however, was at work. She was stuck in a job that she didn't like, and she fully believed that she was not capable or smart enough to go any further. We had used affirmations and meditation to help her in other areas, and in time she was able to break through. But she was so hard on herself. Ooh, excuse me. In the professional arena, it seemed she simply could not get comfortable or confident in any situation there. I was thinking about Peggy's situation as I was going to bed one night, wishing that I could help her see the beautiful truth within her and help her relax in her work environment. As I was falling asleep, I said right out loud, there must be something easy that Peggy could do to change all of this. It was a simple statement, but it felt more like a request or even like a directive to the universe, a supplication for help. That night, I had a dream that revealed an incredibly simple technique that, when used with affirmative statements, can completely shift your energy and your experience. It incorporated a very easy position, placing your fingertips at your brow chakra, which is also called the third eye or the energy center between your eyebrows. The dream explained to me in detail exactly how the position should look, and it gave me specific statements for decoding negative patterns and coding healthy and beneficial truths instead. It was a beautifully easy yet elegant technique that actually accelerates and energizes your intention for radical results. I taught Peggy the special position, and she became more and more comfortable, assertive, and expressive in work. Now she is an executive at an international company running huge conferences, where before she could hardly run a sales meeting of 10 to 12 people. Later, I wrote a book called Your Quantum Breakthrough Code, describing how to use the process in exactly the same way I had been told in that dream. Now I receive emails from people all over the world telling me how the quantum breakthrough code had changed their lives, healing phobias, addictions, unhappiness, and more. But I'm the first to say that it didn't come from me. I needed a certain solution, genuinely wanted to help Peggy, expressed my intention, and the great Akashic field of wisdom and information rose to my mind, bringing the information I was seeking. So any statement, any invocation, any heartfelt request can open the record doors for you, even when you least expect it. So let yourself voice your intention, and then let it go. Whether you're hoping to help another, work on a professional project, learn a new skill, or enhance a personal talent, the assistance you seek is waiting to open up for you in the Akashic realm. So, building your talent team. Akashic inspiration can come in the areas of your personal skills and talents, lifting your abilities to new heights. In fact, there is much to learn and be inspired by in the Akashic Records, and there are wonderful spirits who can help to bring that information to you, especially in the areas of personal interests and talents. So these may be past life acquaintances of yours or legends and masters who engaged in similar endeavors in history. They could also be members of ancient societies, bringing inspiration from an era that resides deep in your eternal memory, embedded in the Akasha of all time. Even if you're not quite sure what talent or practice you want to pursue, the answers can be found in the records as well. Also, if you feel you've had a past life that embraced the talent that you are interested in today, you can use the past life viewing technique back in chapter 6 to call upon that experience. Create a focused intention referring to the talent or skill you desire to develop, one that takes you back to a life where you were successful at this particular activity. You may see yourself using techniques that you are presently unaware of. You may also meet teachers and scholars from that life that now reside in the spiritual plane and are willing to guide you in your present pursuits. Once you know these wonderful beings, you can use the exercise below to continue to call on them for their help and inspiration. But your talent team isn't limited to people you've been with in past lives. It can include some of the greatest masters of all ages, the legends in their field. If you're in politics, your spirit guide could be a great leader in history. If science or invention is your pursuit, don't be surprised if Einstein or Edison answers your call. If art, music, or journalism speaks to you, you can turn to such entities as Degas, Chopin, or Edward Moreau. You see, these great thinkers love their fields of study and expression, and they long to continue and to help you as well. So don't think someone is too famous to know who you are or want to help you in your search for excellence. Their presence may surprise you, but don't let your own doubt stop you. So here's another example that she gives. I was once doing a reading for a client who was an artist. She painted in oils and watercolors and achieved some success. She wanted to take her art to the next level, however, and she didn't quite know how. In our reading, I saw a man standing behind her at the easel, whispering in her ear. When I asked who this man was, I heard the name Monet, but she had loved Monet and regarded him so highly that she was hesitant to believe me. She asked why someone so great would want to help her, who had some local fame but hadn't broken through to the national level. I said that fame didn't matter. There must be a resonance that drew him to her. As we talked, the resonance became clear. Monet was her favorite artist. In fact, she had gone to study and paint in France, where Monet had spent much of his artistic life. Seeing the connection, she finally accepted that he could be there for her, and she called upon him regularly. She received ideas in dreams and while working at her easel. In fact, she told me she could sometimes feel him there. In time, her art and her fame started to soar. So you can use the following exercise to call on a specific talent, spirit, or to invite the help of any helpful guide to assist you in your life. Your present interests precede this life, so you can call upon a past life guide as well. In fact, you can build an entire talent team, a dream team of guides that can help you with any project or concern. And if you prefer, you can use the screen of your sacred temple to see yourself engaging in that activity. All right, so I'm going to describe, this is an exercise that I am going to lead you guys on. So let me explain to you what it is so you all can have a few, oh, thank you, Jennifer. I figured he would figure it out. I saw it pop up, but I didn't want to stop reading, and I figured that they would figure that out. But thank you for answering. All right, so this exercise is where we are going to go back and we're going to go to our temple and we are going to try to see what we can get inspiration from the legends of the ages. So think about all the legends through the ages, someone that has inspired you, whether it's a scientist, an artist, poet, philosopher, politician, leader, doesn't matter. Many people in ancient and recent times have sent their energy to your heart, your mind, and your life. So you can either call someone by name or you can think of the pursuit you'd like to receive information about. And be open to whoever comes through. Don't think that people are too famous or too important to respond to you. When they were in the physical world, they sought to bring their vision to the world, and now they wish to do the same for you. So these spirits enjoy lending their influence to your life, your purpose, and your dreams. So think about who you would like to call, whether it's an actual person, or whether it's an area. Um, yeah, like whether it's a specific person or whether it is a specific area, like a poet or a musician or something or whatever. So think about who you would like to call in, and then we're going to do this exercise. Hmm. I literally have not coughed all afternoon, and I sit down up here in my room to cough, and my voice gets scratchy. I think it's my fan. I think I need to turn my fan off because it blows all the little dust particles up, and then I get a scratchy throat. All right. So, do we have our person? So whenever you guys are ready, if you can just throw some hearts up so that I know that people are ready, or if you need more time, I can give you some more time. Ready? Okay. All right. All right. So again, no right or wrong way to do this. Make yourself comfortable, whether you're sitting, standing, lying down, does not matter. All that matters is that you're here in the present moment with your intention. So we're going to start, as we always do, with 3 breaths. So we're going to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out, allowing yourself to relax. Breathe deep all the way down into your root, grounding into the space. And exhale, letting those muscles go loose and relaxed. One more deep breath in. The exhale, let go of any expectations of the experience. Just be fully present here now, open and willing to receive. So let's take another deep breath and let our consciousness drift gently into our heart center. Let's let all of the muscles in our body continue to relax. Let your breathing fall to a natural rhythm. Relax even further. Let your mind and your consciousness float to your own beautiful sacred temple. Go through the door and go sit down in your big, comfortable chair. As you do, let yourself think about the spirit expert you'd like to call or a project you'd like guidance with. Either say their name out loud or think it in your mind's eye. Continue to breathe and relax into your chair. Remain calm as you begin to feel this person coming to you. Notice if you perceive a name, an energy, colors. Feel this person's energy peacefully moving through and around you. Ask this guide about a situation in your life or profession. It could be a current project, a skill, or something about which you have yet to learn. Let this person give you some information about it now. Let yourself receive the information in a way that's comfortable to you. It may be in a word, a phrase, an image. Now let this guide show you any actions that they would take. Be open to receiving any guidance or techniques. Feel this person's talents gently moving through you, through your hands, your mind, your heart, your voice. You feel filled with profound talent and creative forces. Now take a moment to think about the project or whatever you had in mind. See it in a completed state with beautiful light all around it. You feel a passion and excitement, which grows as you notice your guide pouring light and energy into your project too. Thank your talent guide now. Know that you have created a strong bond here today. You know that you can turn to this guide and many others whenever you need ideas, inspiration, or direction. See your guide slowly start to move back, away, and up, taking their light and your ideas with them to manifest in the Akashic field. And when you're ready, rise from your big, comfortable chair and head towards the door. And when you're ready, step through the door, leaving your sacred temple for now, but knowing you can return at any time. And cross through the door, coming back into the here and the now. And let's take another deep breath, bringing us back into the space. And slowly start to wiggle your toes, your fingers, your shoulders, and sway. Bring yourself back into this present moment with all of the information that you just received from your guide. And when you're ready, if you had your eyes closed, you can open your eyes, come back in this space, and I'll give you all a minute or two to come back into the space or to journal or write down your experience. All right. How was that experience? Did anyone get anything? Was anyone able to connect with a guide, get any information? Mm. Jennifer says, what an amazing experience. These exercises have been great throughout. Oh, I just got so much energy with that. My guide was Emily Dickinson, my favorite poet. I got a clear and concise message from her. Oh, that is amazing, Jennifer. I'm so excited to hear that for you. Oh, just wait till the exercise we're getting ready to do next about our purpose, finding our purpose. That one should be a doozy too. So awesome. Thank you for sharing, Jennifer. That's so cool. That is so cool. I think I said this last week too, but I'm so glad that I was guided to read this book because I work with my team all the time, but I didn't necessarily do a lot of work in the Akashic Records. Excuse me, I knew about it, of course, and I've done some work before going in to find out information about the past and things like that. But this is a great reminder for me. There's so much more, right? There's so much more that we can do with the Akashic Records. Sister Sunshine. Love that. Whatever I'm doing, there will be 20. Okay. All right. I cannot wait to know what that would be. Isn't it great how it's sometimes these messages are so cryptic, right? They're so cryptic because they give us the pieces. They give us the pieces. Vegu. Okay. They give us the pieces and then we either have to sit with it. Okay, what does that mean? Again, not in here, not in our brain, but feeling it. Okay, what do we feel? And then you might have to go back, Sister Sunshine. You might have to go back a time or two and do this exercise and to get more information. So, and then Ma says, my guides are not of solid form. You and Varuna. You and Varuna. It's awesome. Yeah, I don't ever see, let's not say that. I don't like the words ever or never. Wind and water. Ah, okay. Thank you. Because I was like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know who that is. Wind and water. Is that is that Ayurvedic? Wind and water. Those are two wonderful ones. Wind and water. I have a very strong elemental presence as well on my spirit team. Trees, forests, wind, water, fire. So it's awesome. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to read the next section. So this is a big one, right? Most of us want to know what our purpose is. What is our purpose, right? Why am I here? What is my purpose? So this is the pursuit of purpose. So at their core, your Akashic records are a map of your soul's path through eternity. Your soul has a purpose for coming to this earthly experience. In fact, there could be a number of purposes your deeper intentions are guiding you to, including spiritual and personal purposes, and your purpose in the world. Your spiritual purpose might lean to such pursuits as connecting with spirit, releasing inner conflict, and finding a greater peace within, or surrendering attachment and finding a pure form of happiness. Such endeavors can be closely related to your personal purpose as well, for your psychology is closely linked to your spirituality. Your personal purpose is more about the experiences of your daily life, but these cannot and should not be separated from your soul's intention to achieve a deeper level of spirituality. Yet personally, your soul's directives may be telling you to let go of patterns of fear and worry, or to raise your courage and speak your truth, or to learn how to be more loving towards yourself or others. Understanding and navigating your relationships is often a part of your personal purpose. Whether they are romantic, platonic, family, or even professional relationships, they can hold many challenges. You may need to learn how to honor yourself and hold your own, or how to communicate your needs, or even how to let go. Whatever your personal purpose may be, you can probably take a look at your life, and if you're honest with yourself, be able to see what your soul wants you to do. Some people think that having a purpose in the world means the action has to be taken on a worldwide or at least broad scope. But your purpose in the world can be far reaching in a more personal way. Being a loving and supportive parent can be one of the greatest purposes in the world, and the effects of your choices in that pursuit can reach forward in time for generations to come. Your world purpose may also be found in your professional and creative endeavors, the actions of which reaches out as well. It's easy to see how all of these pursuits overlap. For example, if you learn to love and value yourself more, you can be happier and more peaceful in your family and personal life, and even more creative and productive in your work in the world. Your soul knows that as you follow your Akashic path, which is the larger directive of your soul, you will be on the road to arriving at all of these destinations. Some people don't know what their purpose is in this life, and they often feel lost and at sea, wondering what they should do next. You can use the records to find this out for yourself. And even if you know what your soul's directives are, it's often enlightening to look at your book of purpose and get more clarity. Use the following technique to gain access to this information and to receive guidance about how your purpose can be achieved. You can return to this technique whenever you need clarity about a specific goal, relationship, or personal pursuit. So for this one, we're going to go to our book of purpose that's in our hall of records. So you may ask what your spiritual purpose, personal, relationship. So spiritual, personal, or relationship purpose, any of those is fine, but just one. Or if you don't really want to do any specific one, you could just open it up and read the insights that they're willing to give you. So you can do either any of those. So we're going to invite your soul to direct you and then simply follow the steps of this process and be open up to receiving guidance on what your purpose is and what steps you can take to move towards it. So think about whether you want to look at your spiritual, personal, relationship, or just an open reading, pretty much. All right. So we're going to get comfortable again, sitting, standing, lying down. And we're going to do a little short guided meditation, taking us into our hall of records to our book of purpose, where we are asking to find information out about our purpose, either in our spiritual, personal relationship, or just an open reading. So let's begin again by getting comfortable. We're going to start again by taking the 3 deep breaths in. Start with 1 deep breath in. Let's see if we can get this one all the way down to our root, grounding into the space. Exhale any doubt or worry. Let's inhale again deep into our belly. Let's exhale out any tension, hesitation. Let's take a deep breath in again. One more deep breath in, letting our consciousness drift gently down to our heart center. Exhale. You can let your breathing go to a normal, natural rhythm. Continue to relax as you feel peace of your heart center filling you up. You begin to notice a stately building in front of you with a sign that says, Your Hall of Records. Slowly begin to walk towards the building. When you arrive at the door, let yourself enter the building and look around you. You notice in the center of the room is a tall wooden table with a beautiful large book on it. You walk towards the book. When you arrive at the table, you see your name on the cover with the words, Your Book of Purpose. You know that the wisdom and power of your eternal self brings information through this source, including any guidance you seek about your purpose or anything else. And take a deep breath in, exhale, relax, trust. And now state your intention or ask your question about your purpose. You slowly start to notice the book in front of you open up, flipping to just the right page to give you the guidance that you seek. You notice the book settles on a certain page. The page may have words written on it, an image floating above it. Let yourself see or sense whatever feels natural to you. Either way, this presents some information to reveal your purpose and let you see how you can make it come about. Take a moment and get some details now. You may only get bits and pieces, but rest assured the information will fill in over time. You start to feel a sensation of understanding and receptivity as the seed of purpose touches your heart. And now you start to notice the pages of the book flipping again, falling open to a new page to give you more insight. Just let yourself receive and accept. You may intuitively know what it means, but if you don't, you will receive deeper understanding as time goes on. You see your book slowly starting to close. Intuitively telling you that you have all the information that you need for right now. You thank your book of records. Taking a deep breath of appreciation and integration with all the information that was shared with you. Exhale, love, gratitude, and slowly start walking back towards the door. Once you reach the door, let's take one more deep breath in, of gratitude and appreciation for our book of records, and know that anytime we need any guidance on our purpose, all we have to do is return to our hall of records. And then when you're ready, step through your door and back into the present space. Take a deep breath in, bringing all the information right back into the here and now with you. Exhale. Slowly start to wiggle your fingers or your toes. Rub your hands on your legs. your shoulder, gently and lovingly bringing yourself back into the space. And I will give you another moment or two to come back into the space and to journal about your experience. All right, are we back into the space? Did anyone get some revelations about their purpose or whatever it is you are seeking? Yes, hearts, good. Okay. Yeah, we don't always have to share if we're not ready to share, but the hearts tell me yes. The hearts tell me yes, that we are back and that we had a good experience there. So, again, Jennifer's deep in the Akashic tonight. I'm so happy. I hope that others are as well. I'm taking from the hearts that we probably are. I feel like when we first start going, a lot of times it can be slow, going because we might, even though we don't think we do in the beginning, we might have a little hesitation or uncertainty. And then the more we kind of go and keep going and going and going into the Akashic field and getting more comfortable and connecting more with our guides, with our book, with our screen, whatever it is, the more the information starts flowing much more freely to us. So making Akashic choices, following your purpose will lead you to many situations where you'll be faced with different choices, clearly leading to potentially different outcomes. Whenever you're looking at different options and find that you have a choice to make, you can search the Akashic records to find the answers you need. We have to make countless decisions throughout our lifetimes. Some come in routine, day-to-day moments, like what to have for dinner or what to wear to work. Most of these types of choices can be made according to our intuition or preference at the time. There are other seemingly routine choices that would be best made by simply asking which choice honors me the most. In fact, this question is the first line of reasoning in making any decision. Whatever you are doing or choosing, ask yourself, does this honor me? This approach will keep you moving forward on your soul's path. The intention to honor yourself recognizes your eternal worth. It also helps you to make more healthy and beneficial decisions and keeps you on the path of self-mastery. It's never dishonoring to another if you choose to honor yourself. Of course, others may get frustrated and even angry if you start to move in this direction after having accepted dishonoring in the past. But if this is the case, the choice to self-honor is definitely one of your soul's purposes. So use this as your inner barometer. If you are honest with yourself, you will know in your heart what honors you. And when you do, you may need to muster up some courage and strength in order to make the honoring choice. Once you've determined what honors you, there will still be decisions that you need to make. For example, deciding which college to go to, which city to relocate to, which job to take, or even what stock to pick. All of these could very well be life-changing decisions, and the Akashic Records hold information about the potential outcomes of each choice. There are two processes you can use to investigate your options when you have to make a decision. Both reveal information from the records, but in vastly different ways. The first is a process called billet reading. The second involves looking at your soul's map. The word billet comes from the French meaning ticket. The process of reading billets is fairly easy, but like all of the processes in this book, it requires the ability to trust your intuition. The billet process is used when you have multiple options and want to discern which one is best. So this is not a guided meditation one. This is one where you're going to need to take notes, or at least write down, like I'm going to read it. It's not that complicated, but just write down, you're going to need to write down the process if you don't have the book. So before you start this process, you want to think about the specific issue that you want information about. So is it, a college to go to, a city to relocate to, a job to take? What is the situation? But again, it needs to have multiple choices, not just like, well, I mean, obviously one or two, but something that has different, something that can have multiple things. So for example, if you're looking at 3 different universities, consider the logistical reasons for your choices first. If you're still unsure, go to the exercise below. So what you're going to need is paper, and you're going to need envelopes. So however many choices you have, you need that many envelopes. So what you're going to do is you're going to write the name or data about each option on a small piece of paper. Then you're going to put each piece of paper into an envelope and you're going to seal it. All the envelopes must be the same shape and color, so not to single any one option out. So if you're trying to think about a place, like say you're thinking about relocating, or your job, you have an option of 2 or 3 different jobs or locations, colleges, anything. So you can simply just put the name of the college or the name of the city or the name of the position. Or you can put as little or as much information as you want. But the important part is you're then taking that paper, you're putting it in an envelope, and you're sealing it, and they're all going in different envelopes, and they're all going to be sealed. Then you're going to lay out the individual envelopes separately on a table in front of you. Mix them up even if you have to. Mix them up. Do the whole thing, right? But then lay them all out on a table in front of you. And then you take a deep breath, clear your mind, try to relax, release any concern about the issue, right? Get out of here. Whatever you need to do, whether you need to do deep breathing, whether you need to do a short guided meditation to clear out any stress, tension, whatever it is, clear your mind, release any concern, and then pick up one envelope and hold it in your hands. Some people like to put it near their heart. And just when you're holding the envelope, however you choose to hold it, take a moment and notice any sensations or any feelings that come to you. Do you feel any sensations when you're holding the envelope? That could be a clue too, if you feel nothing when you're holding the envelope. But do you feel anything? Do you feel a lifting of your spirit? Do you feel a sense of dread? Do you feel fatigue? And then just spend a few moments writing down your feelings on the actual envelope itself. Let yourself notice if any words, phrases, images come to mind, anything that comes to you as you're holding that envelope, just jot it down on the envelope. When you've written all of your impressions on the envelope, set it aside. Once you put that down, take a few cleansing deep breaths, clearing your mind again, clearing it of all the thoughts and sensations that you just had holding that envelope. You may want to take a break, come back later, stretch out, have a sip of water, whatever it is. And then you're going to repeat the process with the however many envelopes that you have. So when you're done with all the envelopes, you can then open them to identify each option and read the Akashic impressions that you've written about each one. Most will reveal rather obvious message. For example, one envelope may read tired, worried, running late, alone. This could indicate that the university is the one that she used in the example. This could indicate that the university named inside may be stressful, packed with work, and short on friends. However, if another billet reads sun, bird, moving fast, it can indicate happier times, feelings of freedom, time going quickly. These are clear answers, but some of your impressions may be more vague and may not give you as a clear direction you desire. So if this is the case, you can use the soul map exercise that I'm going to tell you about next. So that one's pretty simple, right? Write whatever your choices are. You can do pros, cons, or just the choices, whatever it is. Put it in separate envelopes, seal it, pick one up at a time. And what do you think? Not think, sorry. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? Any images, words, feelings, sensations, whatever it is, write it on the envelope, then open it up and then look at what those sensations are. Or if you don't want to open it up, honestly, you don't even have to. You can turn it over and look at what all those are, right? And then pick one and go with your intuition. Then you can open it and see what the choice is. It's up to you. There's, again, no right or wrong way to do like how you want to do that. So if you actually, I'll give you guys a second. So anybody have any questions about that one? Ma, this is Akashic Records Made Easy by Sandra Anne Taylor. So all of these in this series that I've done here have all been recorded. And if you would like to watch previous ones, if you get the book and you just want to read the book, that's cool. If there's ones with the guided exercises and you don't want to have to like try to read it and open your eyes and do it and you want to listen, you can always go back and then just like fast forward to that. If you go to my about section on my teacher profile here on Insight Timer and go all the way down to my link, you can find that there. So if you're needing something more or that method is just not working for you, the second one is going to your soul map. So for going to your soul map, you can use either your sacred temple approach to view your maps on the screen, where you sit in the chair, you see your life and your records playing in front of you on like a movie screen. Or you can use the Hall of Records like we just did earlier, and you can go to your Hall of Records, go up to your table with your book, and then asking your question and having it flip to the information it needs you to know about which choice you're supposed to make. So if you're doing this, if you're doing that, you wouldn't necessarily be like, okay, you could say, show me the feelings if I go here, or show me what's going to happen if I go here, or show me what's going to happen if I go here, or show me what's going to happen if I go there. Or you could just ask, show me what I need to know about this decision. Again, no right or wrong to do it, whichever way you want to do it. So you would kind of get into that comfortable, relaxing, meditative state. You would visualize yourself going to whichever one you want to go to, whether you want to do your temple and the maps view on the screen, or whether you want to go to the Hall of Records and go to your book. Whichever way you want to do, you go. Just bring yourself into a meditative state. Either see yourself sitting in the chair or see yourself at your book, and then you're gonna state your question. Show me the road ahead, or show me the road ahead if I follow this path. And then slowly, if you're using the map, see your life and light on the road, start moving forward and view it on the screen. So you follow the light, you notice street signs that you're passing, could be words, streets, places. It depends on what your issue is, right? It depends on what your issue is, what your choices are, or what you're going to see. But just kind of be open, receptive, like we've always been. Pay attention to what information is being shown to you, whether it's on your movie or whether it's in your records. And then when you're finished with that, take some time like we do after to kind of sit and journal with it, or just kind of sit with the information that came in. You may get a clear answer the first time you go. You may not. You may eliminate a choice the first time, but you're still not sure between another one. So go back in, maybe not right away, maybe give it a little break and then go back in. Or you might go in the first time and get every single thing that you need. It just kind of depends. Even if you don't get much information, or if it was unclear to you, give it a little time, because sometimes more information comes when we just are trying to integrate it. Integration is a big thing. When we're kind of tapping into this energy, we're tapping into the energy in the Akashic field. It's a lot. It can be a lot. So our bodies need to kind of integrate the energy and all the information that we got energetically in. So drink lots of water, maybe give it a day or two to see if things become clear. You start having some revelations about things, or some moments. You start dreaming about things, and getting little signs in your dreams and things like that. I used the map record without even realizing that I was using a map record about where I'm going to move abroad eventually, because I was kind of between Portugal, Spain, Italy. And I always knew, my gut knew, Italy, right? But I was like, well, Portugal and Spain, they're cool too, and da 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 da, and like all this stuff. And I was just like, sitting in my bed one night, as I always am, late at night, and I didn't have TV on, I didn't have music on. I'm just kind of sitting there and I'm not thinking about anything. And I'm just like, all right, I'm open. I'm open to whatever I need to do, whether I just need to sit here in quiet contemplation and pet my cat, or whether we need to create. I was just open. And I literally saw myself sitting barefoot, cross-legged in this like village. And those who know me know I'm a cat person, right? And I feel like every friggin' cat in that village just came up to me. And I'm just sitting, on this, like, it wasn't really a cobbled street or a path, but it kind of was. And I'm like sitting there and I'm like petting the cats, and the locals are kind of all like paying attention and looking, and those who know about cats and what their kind of meanings are. And it was like this breakthrough moment for like the locals to be like, okay, she's here for the right reasons. She's here for this. We can accept her. And the kind of area of where it was. And I saw it all, like, in Italy. So hence why I'm still learning Italian. I'm on a 267-day streak, because I'm going to need to know it, because that's where I'm going to end up long term. I might start in Portugal and Spain, but I'm going to end up long term in Italy. It's where I'm from. It is where I am from, and many lifetimes of from. Many, many lifetimes of from. All right, so remember that the future exists in pure potential, and the answers you receive indicate potential outcomes, consequences that are based on present energy patterns. As you change your energy and the energy of the situation changes, you could find different results awaiting you. Also, remember that your soul has designs and purposes you may not be aware of yet. She's saying, I use this exercise when considering my choice to marry my second husband. I had a difficult marriage and divorce the first time around, and I really wanted to get it right. So I opened my map and followed the road that marriage would take me down. I saw words like enlightenment, new beginnings, and world travel. All of this was quite exciting to me, and I felt it was destined to be a great experience. But I found out over time that we had significant differences that couldn't be ignored. We resonated intellectually, but we just couldn't make the rest of the marriage work. So I worried about what seemed to be a mistaken message on the map. As time went on, however, I came to realize what it meant. Although the marriage ended, it had provided me with a truly life changing experience. It was my second husband who introduced me to quantum physics and to the principles and theories that form the concepts that I write about in my books and teach in seminars all over the world. If I hadn't married him, it's highly unlikely I would have ever become aware of the energetic principles that are now the backbone of my personal and professional life. In some ways, that failed marriage opened up the Akashic records for me. However you do it, looking into the future can be interesting and fun, but it shouldn't be taken lightly. Reading billets isn't just a parlor trick. You're not just pulling the right answer out of a hat. In both of these processes, you are calmly sending your consciousness into the Akashic field to get information to enhance your life and reveal your soul's intention. This requires trust and tranquility. It requires letting go of desperation and attachment to outcome. The Akashic records aren't always available, not only to direct you, but to the Akashic records are always available, not only to direct you, but to charge your life with purpose, wisdom, and fulfillment. Vital energies that raise your vibration and bring you far greater synchronicity with the universe you live in. When you resonate with authenticity and genuine awareness of your power and value in the world, you will find magic and mystery unfolding before you. You will be living an Akashic life. So, the conclusion, your soul's path has brought you to this very moment in time. Everything in the long expanse of your eternal life has led you here. This moment is a turning point. What do you want to do now? There are things for you to learn, do, and achieve here in this life, and the records of your soul's truth can show you the way. When you continue to connect with this truth, you open the pipeline to ancient wisdom and future discovery, to inner peace and outer achievement. Let go of mental striving and live in your heart. This heart centered resonance is one of the most profound links to the vast and vibrating Akashic realm. So breathe deeply and let yourself live in the power of your soul. The Akashic forces of wisdom, courage, and freedom are always yours in this identity. You can lift every moment to a deeper meaning and a more profound experience of your power. Your past and future lives are meeting in the nexus of this very moment. Let yourself feel the energy of boundless love abiding within your own inestimable value right now. Bring the joy and peace of the furthest reaches of heaven into the tiniest moments of your daily life, your Akashic life. You are always free to reinvent yourself, carve out a new future, and even rewrite a different past. Ask yourself one question. If you were to compose your own story, to write the novel where you were the hero or perhaps the villain, what would you write about your next scene? What direction would your story go in now? The Akashic records are the novel of your life, and you are writing the next chapter now, weaving the threads into the tapestry that illustrate the story of your eternal life. You are the author, the director, and the main character too. Where you take your records is up to you. Live consciously in as many moments as you can, ever aware of the power in your hands, in your mind, in your vision, and in your choices. And always remember, you are always composing your own story, even in the ever present now. So take a step back and look at your life. Try to realize that your soul and its journey are a part of the Akashic Records. Your experiences, thoughts, and emotions, all of these are part of the vibrational records that apply to you and to every soul. These records connect and fit together in very specific ways. Your own records forge with others to become a part of the eternal records of all time, the vibrational reality that we all share. The connection to the world is undeniable, and it extends through time and space. Each individual throughout history has their own personal energy field, the vibrations of which join the vibrations of all others, expanding certain energies and intentions in amazing ways. This joint energy connects with the resonance of the environment and with the universal consciousness itself, creating a fullness of information and vibration that is, in fact, the source and being of the Akashic records on an infinite scale. The most important thing to remember is this: there is far more to you and to your records than you could possibly imagine. Your eternal records hold profound love, divine thought, the ability to create, and the potential to heal yourself and the world. And when you connect with this ever present force, you tap into the power of the universe itself. Record your present moments and ongoing choices with a higher consciousness of thought and emotion, and you will change the very resonance and quality of your life. Soon, your records will show that love, success, happiness, and creativity abound in every moment of this, your Akashic life. Whew. Sister Sunshine. Sister Sunshine got me laughing as I was reading, because she says, do they have crabs in Italy? Yeah. They have amazing seafood in Italy. I think they have crabs. Actually, now that you ask me that, I'm not really sure. I feel like they probably do, because most places have crabs. They may not be blue crabs like here, but as long as they have crabs, that's all I need. And I will be moving with a gallon-sized jug of Old Bay, because I'm from Maryland and it's in my blood and in my bones and in my DNA. Old Bay. So, so that's it, everybody. I know, Old Bay rocks. My sister and I were talking about that earlier. She's like, what's that other one that they use? And I'm like, JO's. And we're like, yeah. She's like, get that out of here. She's like, get that stuff out of here. It's not the same. It's just not. But I mean, that's a heated debate in Maryland, honestly. To use JO's or you use Old Bay, and I'm judging you accordingly. So, but clearly I'm an Old Bay girl. But yeah. So that is it with Akashic Records Made Easy. We have come on quite a journey, an 11-week journey. I feel, I think it's, yeah, because it's 11 chapters. So this has been an 11-week journey. It has been amazing. I'm so thankful and appreciative that my guides led me to this book. Because like I've said, for those of you that have been with me from the beginning, I have had to do some shit right along with you in the middle of hosting a live and having to do some shit in my own records while I'm leading you all on it. Some things that have come up for me along the way. So that's been fun. That's been a fun learning experience as well. But yeah, so if you missed any of them, like I said, they all have been recorded. They all are available to watch for replays. If there are certain meditations, that you went on that you really enjoyed, you can always go back to that specific episode and just fast forward to the guided meditation so that you can just hit play and listen and can close your eyes and go through it. I can't record just the meditations because they're not 100% my own work. All of it is not her. I do read from the book, but then I also am kind of channeling and guiding you guys in ways she doesn't in the book. But because part of it is based on the book, that would be copyright, so I'm not able to do it. I could potentially just make up my own, and do that. If people are interested in that, I could certainly consider, doing that, because the Akashic records are important, as we have learned. So I know a couple people had reached out to me about what book we are doing next. And as much as I have loved doing this book, the book series, we started with the Four Agreements. And then I briefly did Rick Hansen, Just One Thing, but that ended quickly because that's not where my energy was. And I wanted to be where my energy is, which is kind of more in this direction. So then we did this book, but I've decided I'm not going to do another book. There are plenty of amazing teachers on here on Insight Timer that are doing books. So if that is what you like, then, you can certainly find, others that are doing it. Maisha's doing a book. CG did a book. John Energy. I don't know if he's still doing his book, but he decided to start doing like a book thing too. So plenty of other people are doing it. But my heart, as I've alluded to earlier, is in music. So the next series, which will start next Saturday, I'm keeping the same day, I'm keeping the same time, is going to be where we're going to start using music as medicine. And it's called Soul Song Series. Each week there's going to be a theme and there's going to be 2 songs. So we're going to listen to the song first, no preconceived notions, no leading, guiding, any of that. We're going to listen to the song first, then we're going to talk about kind of what it brings up in you. And then I'm going to talk about kind of the deeper meanings behind it, the soulful meanings behind it, what it's kind of showing us and bringing up. And then we're going to do like a guided meditation to focus on whatever it is the theme of the week is that these songs have brought up. And then once we kind of go through all that, then we're going to listen to them again, but back to back, and just kind of sit in that, feeling with our kind of new awareness. So I have, I can't look at it. It's on my phone. I was like, I have like the first 4 channeled. But next week we're going to start with Tina Turner, Better Be Good to Me, and then Landslide by Fleetwood Mac, which doesn't seem like they would go together, but they go together way more than you think. And then the second week, which will be the following week. Yeah, I'm able to get in 2 before I have a break, because I have a 3-day music festival the last weekend of the month. And then I have the following Saturday as my birthday on the 4th, and my sister just got us tickets to a drag show. So I'm super excited about that. So I'll be able to at least get 2 in before I have to take a little break, but then we're going to come back. So first one, Tina Turner, Better Be Good to Me, and Landslide. The second one is Respect by Aretha Franklin, and then Man in the Mirror by Michael Jackson. So you're going to notice that these songs are a journey. These songs are also taking us on a healing journey, just like we've kind of gone on in the Akashic Records. And they're taking us kind of from the beginning and, figuring things out about ourselves, looking at ourselves, and then working on ourselves, building ourselves back up. So these songs and these sessions are all working us, or not working us towards, but they're all also a journey of healing through music. Because it's so powerful, and I have so many channel playlists, and I wanted to do something with music. And like I said earlier, it just came to me one night. It's like, why don't you do this? And they were like, your guides are like, there's nothing like this on Insight Timer doing it this way. So I'm going to try it out and see how it goes. And if only one person shows up, only one person shows up. I don't care. It's music. I'm still going to do it because I love it so much. But I know people love music, so I'm really looking forward to it. I hope we're able to get some people in. Eventually, I would like to work up to like the channeled playlists that I have that are a little bit longer. And we might not have as much of like a guided meditation, or more of like invocations in between. I'm not sure. This is a work in progress, so we'll see. But it's my way that I can take what music does for me, which I feel like it does for a lot of people, and show how we can use it on our journey and also in our healing. So super excited about it. So I hope to see you guys there. And if it's not something you're into, no harm, no foul. I hope to see you again in another way. I do host another live every week on Wednesdays called Soulfire Gatherings. And that is where we all come together in circle in community, and we start with an invocation to bring us all into the space. I do a short energy reading. I've channeled a card for the collective, and then I open it up for individual oracle card readings or channeled messages. Never know which one it's going to be now. So, because that my channeling is crazy, or it can be mediumship, because there's not a lot of you that are here, some of you, but not a lot of you that are here have I don't think come to that. And I definitely am a medium as well. And Mimi's mom comes a lot, and she's a wonderful energy. So it could be an oracle card, it could be a channeled message, or it might be a message from one of your one of your either spirit guides, teams, loved ones. Words aren't working. Words are not working right now. But yeah, so anyway, this has been such an amazing journey. Oh, thank you, Ma. This is what I tell my therapy clients, because I'm a mental health therapist in my full-time job for now. And this is what I tell them is like, we all pretty much get the same training as a therapist, but each one of us has our own personality, our own style. And I am not for everyone. And I know that. I definitely have a unique personality. I can tend to be very direct. And if you like that, then you love me. If you don't like that, you don't. And again, no harm, no foul. There's a right fit for everybody. So I'm glad you resonate, Ma, because I'm just me. I am unapologetically finally, and it has taken me a really long time to get there. As I see Jennifer just saying, I love seeing your evolution. From when I first started on here as a teacher, like a year and 4 months ago, I am not even the same person. And I am at a place where I am unapologetically me now. And you either are here for it or you're not. And if you're not, I send you so much love and light and wish you the best. And if you are, come on this ride with me. Let's go. Where are we going next? so so awesome, everybody. Oh yeah, and we're less than 2 hours. I was like, please don't let this be 2 hours. I don't know if my voice can go 2 full hours. So glad to see you all. I'm so sad that the book is ending, but I hope that you'll join me to check out the Soul Song series next week, or if that's not your thing, maybe I'll see you on Wednesday for the Soul Fire gatherings, or I'll see you around because I do attend other teachers' lives in here. And then I'm going to be on Ask Your Guides that Violet 108 hosts. I'm going to be on that on September 12th because we started a new monthly Oracle and Tarot Cafe. And that is me. Well, it's Violet, Carly from A Smile to Heaven, Vivian, Gerard, CG, and me. And we do Oracle card readings, tarot, insights, all those things. And we're going to do that monthly because we connected and it was a true soul sistership. It was amazing. No competition, no judging, just everybody there for the right reasons, truly supporting each other. And I'm so happy that all of them have come into my life. I truly appreciate it. Soraya. Soraya is how you pronounce it. Everyone says Soraya. And I think it's so funny that my, whatever that name is, the name, my soul path name, I guess. Don't really know if it's a medicine name, whatever the name is. I'm like, of course it's something complicated that people mispronounce, just like my name in real life. Because my name in real life is Casey, but it's Casie, and everyone always calls me Cassie. And when the name came to me, or it didn't come to me, it was given to me by them. I'm like, of course it's something that is also going to be hard to pronounce. Because like I said, everyone normally says Soraya, but it actually is Soraya, is how they told me to pronounce it. So, but anyway, all right, everyone, I am tired and I do not hear storms. So I might be able to sneak a bath in before the storms come, because that's a big way I clear my energy after these lives. And I don't hear it yet. I'll have to check the radar, but So thank you all so very much for going on this journey with me. I hope to see you on our next journey. If it's your night, I hope you have a good night. If it's your day, I hope you have a good day. So much love and light to you all. Appreciate you so much and hope to see you again soon. Take care.